We're going to go ahead and go right on to the next comic. The next comic, let's get right of mine, Trevor Post.
Trevor! That's me.
Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? My name is Trevor Post. A little bit about me. I am a parent. Do we have any other parents here tonight? Give it up for parents. Parents are awesome. I am a full-time single dad, though, which, you know, is kind of weird, but I don't need to go into it. You guys have all heard the story before. You've heard it 1,000 times. Some irresponsible women got me pregnant. Couldn't deal with the lifestyle, left me with the kids, right? You know. Like any good parent, I take very seriously my responsibility to, like, teach my kids the things that are important to me. You know, sort of indoctrinate them into the beliefs that I hold dear. I'm not much of an afterlife guy. I decided a long time ago when my kids were young that instead of teaching about an afterlife, I was going to teach my children a concept called Mama no Aware, which basically means the entropy of all things. You know, it's like a daily acceptance that, you know, everything eventually dies, nothing lasts forever, right? Even that which is carved in stone will eventually blow away in dust. You know, you don't have to like it, deal with it. The judge looked at me, looked at their mother, and said, yes, the full-time care and feeding of 2 small people, he could take it. So this is my right. In that vein, I've had this fantasy for a while that I would go to a shelter and I would adopt like a middle-aged, mid-sized dog, bring it home for the kids, you know, teach them about companionship, it would teach them about responsibility. I had a dog when I was a kid, I really loved it. It was very formative. But, you know, eventually that dog would pass away. And then I would have the chance to teach like a very real and concrete lesson to my children about how eventually everything dies, right? Unfortunately, circumstances in my life, I'll give you a moment. Unfortunately, circumstances in my life have just never really allowed me to adopt a dog. So instead, this last Christmas, one of the big gifts I got from my kids was I got a fish tank. And I figured that, you know, goldfish death wouldn't be as impactful as golden retriever death, but we could build on it, right? Little tiny building blocks. But I'd never owned a fish tank before in my life. I didn't realize that they came with so much maintenance required. And so the first time we had to clean the fish tank, I did it out of order, right? Because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to retain some of the water with the good bacteria and whatever, put the fish in that, clean the rocks and the little like mermaid statues and whatever, clean the tank, put that stuff back, put in a bunch of fresh water, and then put in the retained water with the fish in it. But I did it out of order, and I put in the retained water before I put in the fresh water, which you've got to imagine, even for a goldfish, is like a 7 billion gallon tidal wave crashing down on you. And one of these poor little guys passed away. And I didn't freak out, I was like, now's my chance, right? And so when we were done putting all the stuff back, I made my kids play rock, paper, scissors, and the winner got to use the little green net to scoop that little fella out. And we took it to the bathroom, where we were going to give it its last rites. And it's at this point in the story that I do have to tell you guys that I'm also a little bit of an eco-warrior. I know you're all very surprised. But what I mean to say is that I'm saving the world one flush at a time. That is to say that my toilet had recently been used and had not recently been flushed. I gotta tell you guys, I've never seen a fish more alive in my goddamn life than the second that goldfish hit the gold waters of my gently used toilet. So my kids are freaking out, they're screaming, which means that I'm screaming and I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. I drop right to my knees and I stick my hands into the pee-pee toilet and fish, no pun intended, that little fella out. So I take it to the sink and I'm like gently massaging it, you know, in the cool water. And after a couple minutes, everyone's calming down and my kids have stopped screaming, which means that I've also stopped screaming. And we take it back to the fish tank. And I was a little worried, but the fish didn't miss a beat. It dropped in like, I am Jesus of Nazareth. King of the Jewfish. And I've returned to teach you a new way. And whereas I had set out to teach this very concrete, relatable lesson to my children about the inevitability of death, I accidentally taught them the miracle of the resurrection. There is a quick follow-up to that story, because that is not the only goldfish to have passed away in my fish tank in the months since Christmas. Every time another one of them dies, my kids insist on peeing in the toilet before we even steam them. That's what they do. They play rock, paper, scissors. The winner gets to use the net. The loser must urinate in the toilet before we consign it to its watery grave. Thank you guys so much. My name is Trevor. Give it up for Mike, and have a great show.